Hi Flosstube, it's Carolyn Zook with Zook Stitch here. I've got a Jackie with me today. He's usually pretty camera shy, but I wanted to start this recording quickly while he's sitting here. I don't know if you can hear him purring, but he's purring pretty loudly right now. So I'm excited to be here. I'm back. I have my voice back. Today is Saturday, March 16th, 2019. Just got my voice back yesterday, which is Friday. So it was gone for about 7 or 8 days. And yeah, so I'm happy to be back. I've got a lot to share with you. So let's get started. All right, let's get started. I feel like I have a lot to share with you today because this is 3 weeks since I've done a last update. So, first of all, congratulations to Life's a Stitch Susan, who won the 500 subscriber giveaway. So, congratulations, Susan. We've connected already. So, thank you so much, and thank you for all who entered. I know I said this, typed this in my last video, but I really did enjoy reading all of the question was your favorite stitching spot, because I could really picture where you were sitting, and looking out at the street or looking out at your backyard, and it was just really fun to read about where you stitch. So thank you all again for participating in that. So whip update, still working on Pretty Little Hawaii, which by Satsuma Street, which will look like this when it's done. It's very pretty. The colors are very vibrant. And this is how, this is where I was before. And then this is how far I've gotten in the past, what did we say, 3 weeks? So for some reason it's actually counterclockwise. I don't know why, that's just what ended up happening. So this area is all done. I got the whales done. There's some back stitching, a little bit of back stitching to do in there that I haven't done yet. And I finished over here, and now I'm working my way back up here. So essentially, started over here. So I have to fill in this area up in here, and then the rainbow and the volcano, and then it'll be done. It's slow going. I think I greatly underestimated. It seemed like a relatively small project. I think I really underestimated how long this would take me to do. But I am enjoying it. I think in the last video I said I was getting kind of tired out on it. And I remember that very evening when I said that, I kind of got a second wind. And that's what's been happening is when I get into it, it's great and it's fine. But I've been working on this. I started this January 21st. And because I'm a monogamous stitcher, this is all I've been working on since January 21st. Now, there's a couple weeks in there where I was having some arthritis issues and my folks were visiting. And, of course, I've been sick a little bit the past couple weeks. So not as much, so it's not like I work on it every single day for hours every single day. But I'm kind of in that, I can see the home stretch. So I'm kind of in that frame of mind of I am ready to get this done and framed and on my wall. So that's where we're at with Pretty Little Hawaii. This grind guard is from Garan Toten Bags. And so I got that, I think since last time I saw you. This wasn't grind guard of the month club or anything. It was just sometimes they sell them through their Facebook site. So go ahead and check them out. I'll leave them link below. The quality is just really wonderful. And they have so many different types of patterns. And not only did I get this grind guard, I got the matching bag, which makes my little organized heart really happy to have matching. So I think this is the 12 by 13 bag. And this is an 11 by 11 Q-snap. So it fits perfectly in there. And I can also fit in some other, like my scissors, my light, some other little things in there as well. So it's a good size. So that's where I'm at on Pretty Little Hawaii. Now, I got a lot of haul to share with you. I don't know what happened. Apparently spring shopping, is that a thing? Yeah, I got a lot of haul. So I'll start first with this little clip-on light. So I went on Stitch Mania and asked if anybody had. I bought a clip-on light from Barnes and Noble. It's just a book light, and it didn't open wide enough, so I had to take that back and return it. And somebody on Stitch Mania recommended this. It's called the Mighty Bright, and it runs on 3 AAA batteries, but you can also order an AC adapter, and I would definitely do this. Just put it in as part of the cost of this. I think these two together was about $27, $28 for me. And they have other colors of the Mighty Bright. I can't remember what other colors. Probably a black and maybe a white or something. I got the blue because it's pretty. And it's an LED light. It has 2 levels. So this is just with the batteries. So there's the highest level and the next highest, and then off. With the charger or the AC adapter, it does light up even brighter, and it doesn't dim over time. So I did notice it comes with 3 batteries, but I noticed that almost immediately they just start dimming right away. And so it's not, you should just plan to get the AC adapter because it's really bright light, and it works really well. And what I do is I just clip it on like this, and you can swing it around to whatever angle works for you. Now, and I like it. It does make, so this is 11 by 11, so it does make it a little bit heavier, so I have to be more aware. I hold with, because I'm left-handed, and so I stitch with my left hand, obviously, and I hold with my right hand, and I have to just be aware, because I notice that this area kind of will start cramping up, so I just have to remember to not grip it so hard. So it does add a little bit of weight, not too much. I mean, it's not heavy or anything, but and when I turn, you're going to see the back of this. So obviously I'm not entering any fairs or anything, but it's fine. So when I turn it over to end my thread, often this will get in the way and it will snap off or something. I should just take it off, but frankly, I'm too lazy to do that. But it ends up falling off anyway because I have to put this over and stick my needle through. And there is a cord, so the cord will go into right there. So you're working around that. But all in all, those are just some of the cons of it. But the light is really bright. It gives almost like daylight, which is a great solution. So all those, there's relatively minor cons to it. So it's called the Mighty Bright light. I'll link it below, and I'll link the AC adapter that I would just strongly recommend. Just get that. I think if you don't get the AC adapter, I think you'll be actually relatively disappointed in this product. They should just sell it together, right? So that's why I got it from Amazon. Okay, so that's the first thing I got. And then I have you should see the area around me is a big, big pile of things around me. Let me go to, so I won. So if you aren't following Victorian Motto Sampler Threads, she has a blog. Follow her. She does giveaways very, very frequently. And I won something from one of her recent giveaways, so I want to show this. It's called Friendship's Love. It's a pattern she made. It just has DMC floss in it, and I won't show you the pattern, but it says, God gives a gift between 2 hearts that time and grief cannot bend. Friendship's love and caring ways, a bond of love without end. So I think that's really beautiful. I love the stitching around here. I'm not a religious person, but so you can change the quote or just leave it as is and give to somebody. So I thought that was really pretty. So I did win that. So that's part of my haul or my stash. And then I don't even know where to start. You guys should see this area around me. It's like I do really well without shopping until I start, and then it's like I need everything. All right, I'm going to start with, I should probably say this to last because we've been waiting for over a month for this. But my order from the stitching shop, Acorns and Threads, came in. So if you recall, about over Valentine's Day, my folks were visiting, and we went to Acorns and Threads, which is my local stitching shop here in Portland, Oregon. And I picked out fabric for Harbor Haven and some other things that I got talked into by Janine when I was there. And we were waiting on a couple of threads to come in before they would mail the order to me. And finally on Wednesday, I called them and I said, you know what, can you just mail me the order and then I'll get the rest of the threads later. And they were kind enough to do that. So we have been waiting to see, I'm sure you guys have been waiting to see the fabric that I ordered for Harbor Haven. And so here it is. It is a 25 count vintage smoky white Lugana. That's what it looks like. So you'll see it's a huge piece, you guys. This piece, because I want to do it over 2. But seeing the size of this is making me maybe think I should do it over 1. But I just want to be able to see it. You know what I mean? So you can tell there's a little bit of modeling in this fabric. Can you see that? Which I actually really like. So it almost looks like there's movement in the sky. So it's almost like there's clouds in there. So I like it. I'm very happy. It's a pretty neutral fabric. There's a little bit of movement in there. I think it'll look really good. I want to do it over 2 just because I want it big. But so we'll see how that gets on. But I'm really excited. So now we have fabric for Harbor Haven, which is wonderful. And speaking of Harbor Haven, so I'm going to jump. So this is not from the stitching shop. I went on to 123 Stitch and Color and Cotton. I had a gift card for Color and Cotton from my friend Sam. Hi, Sam. For Christmas. And we had talked last time about when I went to Acorns and Threads, Janine talked me into changing out for Harbor Haven the color of the water. The call for Harbor Haven is all DMC threads, but she suggested that if you do the water in variegated floss, it'll look kind of like the water's moving. Well, so then I was looking at the pattern, I was like, well, but what about the tree trunks? Because those aren't really, right, in nature, tree trunks aren't really one solid color. And what about the leaves on the trees? And so there's, I think, 4 or 5 different types of trees in this pattern. So they use all different types of grains and whatnot. So I am getting variegated flosses for those. So, how am I going to do this? Let me show you. So for some of the trees, and this one's kind of a stretch. I will admit that. I'm trying to get, is this the one that I think is a stretch? Yeah, because this is a Color and Cotton. I think it's called Sweet Pea. Yeah, it's called Sweet Pea. It's a little brighter than I thought it would be. So, can you see that okay? So these are the DMC threads that are abominated, are the called for. And this is what I was thinking of replacing it with. And all of this is just really, we'll see what happens. If I get to the point and I don't like it, I just won't use it and I'll just use the called for, which is completely fine. And then this one, threads everywhere. Again, the DMC is the called for, and this is a Weeks Dye Works. What's it called? Kudzu. So DMC is the called for, and this is what I'm thinking of changing it to, just to add a little bit of variegation and movement. This one, I don't know if this is going to work. So the call for is 3051, and this is a little more brown than I thought. So this is for leaves on the tree. It's a beautiful thread, but I think it's just too brown for the called for. So that one might not work out, but that's fine. And then, did I do that right? Oh, I didn't bring it in. So the tree trunks are called for 3371. So if you can picture that really deep, dark brown color. And then I got, can you see that okay? Sorry, the lighting. I'm filming later in the day than when I usually do. The sun is going down here. It's about 6:20. And the sun is not at its peak. So you can see that. So that's what I think the tree trunks are going to be in. So we'll see if that works. It was fun to just kind of play around with variegated flosses. And if none of those work out or I don't like the way they look, no problem. I have some variegated flosses in my threads. Okay, so that, oh, and then also from Color and Cotton, I'll show you what I got to finish up Color and Cotton, and then I'll explain why I got it later. I got this Mill Hill kit, Snow Day. And the Mill Hill kits come with all the floss and the beads and the little charms and everything you need in there, and some perforated paper. So this was in her sales section, so I picked that up as well. So that's what I got from Color and Cotton. Now, going back to the stitching shop. So I got the Harbor Haven fabric. So that is ready to go. We can start on it. And last time I was on my way out the door of Acorns and Threads, if you recall, and I saw the glitter houses. And so I picked up 2. And then I needed the fabric. So I got the fabric. This is 32 count. No, I have never done a 32 count. I've never even done a 25 count, which is what Harbor Haven is going to be on. This is a Belfast linen. Never worked on linen. Silver natural. It's beautiful. Can you see the glitter in that? I'm not even sure if this is the called for. I assume it is. Maybe it's not. I just saw the sample that they were working on at Acorns and Threads, and I just said, I want that. So they sent this, and then I called them on Wednesday. When I called them, I said, you know what? Put in the other 3 glitter houses. So now I have, this is out of order, but I have 3, 4, and 5 now. So I have 1 through 5. So there's 3. Here's 4. And here's 5. Isn't that pretty? And so my plan is to do it all in DMC, except for the houses part. I'd like to do in the called for, because that's a big chunk of color. And then I was looking at some of them, the trees as well, I think would be pretty. Some of them it probably doesn't matter, but some of the trees would be really pretty to do in a little bit of a variegated. So I had them throw in some classic Colorworks, because that's what it's called for. And it was so pretty laying in that, the colors are just gorgeous when you put them all together. Let's see if I can do this on that fabric. So these are all the colors. There's some colors of the houses in here, and the trees. It's probably that brown one in the middle, and then the 1 or 2 of the trees, and then the tree trunk. The brown one in the middle is the tree trunk, and the rest of the houses. And we're still waiting on one more. I think they said bamboo wasn't in yet, so I'll get that when I get the rest of my water floss for Harbor Haven. So that is what I got from the stitching shop. And also, my folks, they're so sweet. They had called the stitching shop, I think also on Wednesday, and my birthday is coming up. So my birthday is coming up this Friday, March 22nd, and I'm very excited. I love my birthday. I really do. I love when my birthday is, because it's about a third into the year. So it's just a really good check-in time, from my New Year's goals or reflections that I do, and to kind of check in about a quarter of the way in and just see, where are you? How are things going? What do we need to adjust or change? So I love my birthday. And I know a lot of people are excited about spring coming. I'm not a spring person. I get terrible allergies in spring, and I don't like heat. And spring means summer. But other than that, I really like my birthday. So my folks had called the same day I had called and asked, had bought me a gift certificate to Acorns and Threads for my birthday, which is very sweet of them and very generous, because they already got me a birthday present, the sewing machine, if you recall, when they were here. So that was also in the package. So that was really sweet and fun. And I plan on going, so today's March 16th, Saturday. So I work this coming week. And then the next week in the state of Oregon, all the schools have the same spring break. And so I'm pretty sure it's all the same, all the schools in Oregon. It feels like a statewide holiday, spring break, because everybody's on spring break. A lot of workers will take that week off because their kids are off, and they'll go, take a trip somewhere or just hang out at home with the family. So where I work at the medical school. Employees don't get, spring break off, but a lot of our faculty, our students are off, or faculty will take that time off. So I decided I'm just going to take spring break off. Now, on the one hand, it'd be really nice to work and get caught up on things that, I'm falling behind on, because it's going to be really quiet. I won't be interrupted. But I think also, I've always worked spring break, and what it ends up being is a lot of me sending out emails and getting auto replies of people who are out of the office, and then having to remind, because the inboxes are so inundated when they come back, that me just having to continuously follow. So I'm just going to take the week off. And that week, I'm I'm really excited because I'm going to take some naps. I'm going to do a bunch of stitching. I'm going to go to Acorns and Threads and just hang out and see what's going on over there. And then I'll talk about what else I'm going to do in a minute. But let me get through my haul. I'm jumping around a lot today because I really missed you guys. So let's talk about Mill Hill bead kits for a second. So this is Snow Day, the one I ordered from Color and Cotton. It was $10 in her sale area. I saw Ms. Oh So Crafty. If you are not watching her, I will link her below. Go watch her. I was watching her video, and she's doing 12 of them, I think, but all on one piece of fabric, which is my new obsession, is doing these type of kits all on one piece of fabric, right? I love that look. I don't know why. I just love it. So there's something like 25 of these types of Christmas winter kits by Mill Hill Beads, and hers looks absolutely gorgeous, all on one big piece, with the beading and all of that. So I decided I needed to do that too. So I went on eBay just looking around. I was just looking around to see if they had any deals on Mill Hill bead kits. I got 3. So I got, this is the hardware, Town Hardware. My plan is, look at that cute little button. My plan is to do 16. So I would do 4 across and 4 down. So I have 4 now. So that was Town Hardware Snow Day. This is the Queen Anne house. Look at that. I think that's just going to be gorgeous. And I think this is one of those things where the pictures don't do it justice. So check out Ms. Oh So Crafty, because it's absolutely gorgeous. And I'm not going to use the perforated paper in these because I want it all on one piece of fabric. And then I got Village Bakery, because you have to have a bakery in a little village, right? And then, so these were all about $11.50 on eBay. You can get them on Amazon. They're about $16 on Amazon. So I just looked on eBay. So I have 4. So I'm a quarter of the way there. I have no intention of starting. I don't even have any intentions of starting glitter houses. But, you know, when it gets to be August, when I'm starting to think of, you know, winter coming and Christmas coming. Do you hear Simon? He's meowing. Then I'll probably be in the mood to do something like that. But right now, I'm just kidding it up. I want to start Harbor Haven as soon as I finish Pretty Little Hawaii, or maybe a little before. And then also on eBay, so I was searching around for those Mill Hill, and I found this Mirabilia, the Snow Queen. It has been on my list. I thought it was a really good deal, because I was like, oh, it's only $13. That's a really good deal for Mirabilia. And then I think it's not, I mean, it's not a bad deal. It's just, that's about what it costs. So I thought I was getting a really good deal. Like, I thought I was saving $20 or something. I didn't, but now I have it in my stash. Again, no, not planning on starting that at all. And then, this came in my 1, 2, 3 stitch order when I was ordering some of the Weeks Dye Works for the variegated floss for Harbor Haven. I'm starting to collect the Frosty Forest as well. So I got this one. So I just got one. So each time I place an order, I'll just pick up one, just throw one in my cart, and that's how I will collect them. But I just think that one's so pretty and cute. I didn't get the button. I forgot to order the button, so I have to go back. And then, now we're going back to Garon tote bags. So all that stuff was sitting on top of this Garon tote bags. So it's angels. Can you see that? I saw this on their website. So this is a big one. I think this is 12 by 18. So it's a lot larger. And you see the inside fabric. Now, I'm not religious, but there's just something about this bag that I absolutely love. It just spoke to me. I loved it. It's so beautiful. And so I got it. And it's nice and big. I might put Harbor Haven in here because it's such a big piece. That's kind of what I'm thinking. I'm going to put it in this one. But again, Ronnie and Gary just do a phenomenal job. Ronnie does the sewing. And they just do a fantastic, fantastic job. Their bags and their grime guards are just beautiful. And this is such a special bag to me. So I love that. Okay, let me get my notes and see what else. Okay, so I'm moving on to plans now. Um, so my plans. So craft room tour is going to happen. It's coming up. I'm planning. That's one of the things I'm planning to do on spring break, is to finish kind of cleaning up my craft room. I started doing. I mean, it's never going to be ready or done. So it's always kind of cleaning it up. What's it called? You're probably all saying the word to me right now, and I can't remember it. It's 6:30. I should have done this first thing in the morning. So I'm cleaning up my craft room. I plan to do the craft room tour sometime over spring break and upload that for you, so you will see that. But in the process of cleaning my craft room, I've come across some things that I no longer have a use for and that I'd like to give away to you if anybody's interested. So I have some cross-stitch patterns to give away. I also have some plastic canvas booklets to give away. There's some needle felting, not needle punching, but needle felting things to give away. So I found a stack of them, and what I think I'm going to do is just for the past, I'll give away 3 or 4 of them each video until they're gone, or until we get them all gone. And if nobody wants them, that's completely fine too. I'll just donate them. So today I have 4 charts I want to give away, and these are out of the Michelle Bendy Stitchy playbook. These are ripped out of magazines. I will tri-fold them and put them in an envelope to you. Anywhere in the world, I'll send them to you. A lot of these are very old. So here's what we're going to do. I'll hold them up. I'll give you the keyword. And then if you want it, you just say whatever it is that you want. So the first one, this is from Just Cross Stitch Magazine. European Fruit Tales. This is from, I just looked and I didn't even see it, February 2002. So you get the pattern for the pears. Okay, so I guess, I imagine you buy the dishcloths and you just stitch, that piece right there. So if you are interested in this, say, I'd like to stitch the pears. Okay, so that's the first one. This one I love. This is also from February 2002, Just Cross Stitch Magazine. This is a Passion for Plums. So they have it finished as a pillow. But what you're stitching is this whole area. And it is stitched on... Oh, this chart is not for the faint of heart, guys. I'm just telling you that. 18 by 18 inch piece of 28 count black casual linen. So you are stitching... to get this effect, right? You can do whatever you want. But so this area in here, that's just the black linen. I think it's so pretty. But I'm never going to do it. Never going to do it. Passion for Plums. So you can say, I'd like to stitch the plums. And if you want to enter for all of these, you absolutely can. And unless you're the only one that says you want it, you can only win once. But if no one else wants them, then I'll just send them to you. Okay, so this next one is called A Breath of Spring. This is from Leisure Arts. I don't have a year on this. I'm assuming it's from around the same time, probably early 2000s. So this is a quilt left in a quilting hoop or embroidery hoop. So this is a good spring stitch if you're interested in that. So you can say, I'd like to stitch the quilt. All right? And then the last one... I'm going to have to kind of stand back from this because I don't have a picture. I just have the chart. So I'm going to hold it back and show it to you really quick. This I got for free when I bought some fabric from Charles Craft. I don't know if it's called Magic Dragon. It's Magic Dragon and it just says make a wish and it's that dragon. I'm trying to get the glare off. Okay, so you can say I'd like to stitch the dragon. So if you want any of those, let me know, and I'm happy to give them away and kind of pass on what I have to other people. And then the next video, we'll do 3 or 4 more, and we'll just work our way through that. I don't have a lot that are torn out for magazines. I have a couple larger booklets that I'm going to give away, so that'll be fun. I'm really excited too when I found these things that I don't use or won't use anymore to be able to give them away, and give them on to you. So let me know if you want those. Otherwise, my plans are craft room tour, go to Acorns and Threads, keep working on Pretty Low Hawaii and maybe starting Harbor Haven if I can hold off. We'll see. I think that's all I have for you. I feel like I was a little bit scattered, but hopefully it didn't show as scattered. I'm looking around to see if I forgot to tell you anything. But I don't think I did. So I think we're back on track, which I'm very, very excited about. So I will probably see you again, I'm thinking in 2 weeks. Um, and you will probably get 2 videos sometime around this. So you'll get a regular Flosstube update, birthday update, and then the craft room tour. So I hope you all are doing well and staying healthy. Spring comes this week, which I know everyone's very excited about. We had the time change, so it's later in the day. And in the state of Oregon, they're talking about just keeping daylight savings year round. And I know that's been a discussion over the past few years in a lot of different states. But Washington State is also having that discussion, as is Oregon. So we will see if this might be one of the last years that we have to change. I don't think it would, because we have to vote on it. So the Senate has to approve it, and then the voters have to vote on it, and then the federal government has to approve it. So there's a few steps. So it might be a couple years away yet before we actually get to that point. But, the time change is rough. It's rough on a lot of people. So hopefully you're hanging in there. I hope you're doing well. I really missed you guys. I know it's only been a week delayed, but going 3 weeks without talking to you really made me miss you. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in 2 weeks. Happy stitching. Bye.